The night was young, but the city felt heavy with anticipation. The air was thick with an unspoken tension, as if the very streets themselves were holding their breath, waiting for something monumental to unfold. Rain slicked the streets, reflecting the harsh glare of neon signs. The water on the pavement shimmered like 1,000 tiny mirrors, each one capturing a fragment of the city's restless energy. A crowd began to gather, drawn by the flashing lights and hushed whispers. People murmured among themselves, their faces illuminated by the intermittent glow of police lights, curiosity and concern etched into their features. In their midst, a figure emerged, instantly recognizable yet strikingly out of place. The crowd parted like the Red Sea, eyes widening as they realized who stood before them. Jennifer Lopez, her golden skin gleaming under the streetlights, her dark hair pulled back in a tight bun, stood in the grip of two police officers. Her presence was magnetic, even in such a dire situation. Her expression was a mixture of shock and defiance, eyebrows furrowed, lips pursed in a silent battle cry. It was a look that spoke volumes, a testament to her inner strength and resilience. The click of handcuffs, metal against skin, echoed through the stunned silence. It was a sound that seemed to reverberate through the very soul of the city, a stark reminder of the harsh reality unfolding. This wasn't a scene from one of her movies, this was real life. The gravity of the situation was palpable, a stark contrast to the glamorous roles she often portrayed on screen. The world watched, breathless, as the officers escorted her towards a waiting car. Every step she took seemed to echo with the weight of 1,000 unspoken questions. The crowd's collective gaze fixed on her every move. Her white tank top and high-waisted distressed jeans, usually the epitome of casual chic, suddenly felt jarringly ordinary against the backdrop of flashing sirens and accusatory whispers. The simplicity of her attire only served to highlight the surreal nature of the scene. This was Jennifer Lopez, the woman who radiated strength and confidence, now seemingly stripped bare and vulnerable. The juxtaposition of her usual poise with her current predicament was striking, a poignant reminder of the fragility of even the strongest among us. The image, stark and unsettling, seared itself into the minds of onlookers, a stark reminder that even under the bright lights of fame, no one is invincible. It was a moment that would be etched into the annals of celebrity history, a sobering testament to the unpredictable nature of life. News traveled at lightning speed. Jennifer Lopez arrested. The world was caught off guard, unprepared for such a shocking revelation. It was as if time stood still for a moment, as people tried to process the unbelievable news. The words flashed across screens, screamed from headlines, ricocheted through social media. Disbelief morphed into frenzy. The digital age amplified the shockwaves, with every tweet, post, and comment adding fuel to the fire. This wasn't a publicity stunt, not a cleverly crafted narrative for her next music video. This was a stark departure from the glamorous life she portrayed, a jarring contrast to the image she had meticulously built over the years. This was serious, this was real, and the world craved answers. The gravity of the situation was palpable, and the urgency to uncover the truth grew with each passing second. Speculation ran rampant, a tidal wave of theories and assumptions threatening to engulf the narrative. From conspiracy theories to wild accusations, the public's imagination ran wild. What could possibly link the radiant Jennifer Lopez, a global icon of talent and success, to the harsh reality of a police arrest? The juxtaposition was too stark, too surreal for many to comprehend. As the initial shock subsided, a collective gasp rippled through the global community. The disbelief gave way to a burning curiosity, a need to understand the how and why of this unprecedented event. Was this a case of mistaken identity? A terrible misunderstanding? The questions were endless, and the answers seemed elusive. The details, still murky and shrouded in the early morning haze, did little to quell the rising tide of questions. The uncertainty only added to the tension as the world waited with bated breath for more information. One thing was clear. Jennifer Lopez, who had captivated the world with her talent, her beauty, and her unwavering spirit, was now embroiled in a scandal that threatened to eclipse her carefully constructed empire. The world watched, waited, and wondered what would happen next. The name Sean "Diddy" Combs, once synonymous with music mogul and flamboyant parties, now carried a chilling weight. Arrested in September 2024 on a slew of charges: sex trafficking, racketeering, transportation for the purpose of prostitution. Diddy's fall from grace was as swift as it was shocking. Held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, he awaited his trial, scheduled for May 5, 2025, a date now etched in the minds of millions. But how did Jennifer Lopez, a woman who seemed to effortlessly navigate the treacherous waters of fame, get caught in this undertow? The answer, it seemed, lay buried in the past. J.Lo and Diddy's romance, a whirlwind of passionate highs and very public lows, had dominated headlines from 1999 to 2001. Their every move, every stolen glance, every meticulously coordinated outfit was dissected and analyzed by a public hungry for details. The internet, a breeding ground for both fervent support and scathing criticism, exploded with theories. Had J.Lo been aware of Diddy's alleged crimes during their relationship? Was this arrest a result of her turning a blind eye to his illicit activities? Social media, a double-edged sword of instant connectivity and amplified judgment, became a battleground of opinions. Hashtags trended, timelines overflowed, and the line between speculation and accusation blurred with alarming speed. Fueling the fire were whispers of a possible reunion between Diddy and J.Lo in 2021, shortly after her very public split from Alex Rodriguez. While neither party confirmed the rumors, the mere suggestion of a rekindled romance added fuel to the already blazing fire of speculation. The public, ever hungry for drama and intrigue, devoured every morsel of information, real or imagined, weaving a narrative that cast a long shadow over Jennifer Lopez's carefully cultivated image. Amidst the cacophony of accusations and doubt, voices of support emerged, determined to remind the world of the woman they knew. Thea D'Souza, who had worked closely with Lopez on the set of Made in Manhattan, vehemently denied any knowledge of illegal activities on Jennifer's part. She spoke passionately, her voice unwavering as she described Jennifer as a woman of integrity. "Jennifer is a woman of integrity," she asserted in a public statement, her words a beacon of loyalty in the storm of doubt. She would never condone, let alone participate in, anything remotely resembling the accusations being leveled against Mr. Combs. Other friends, colleagues, and industry insiders echoed D'Souza's sentiments, painting a picture of a woman deeply affected by the situation. They spoke of her unwavering work ethic, her dedication to her craft, and her genuine kindness. These attributes seemed at odds with the image being painted by the more salacious corners of the internet. Negative news headlines and dramatic depictions of internet rumors contrasted sharply with the stories of kindness and professionalism shared by those who knew her best. The world, it seemed, was grappling with two conflicting narratives: the glamorous icon facing a very public reckoning, and the fiercely loyal friend caught in a web not of her own making. On one hand, there was the image of Jennifer Lopez as a hard-working professional, dedicated to her craft and respected by her peers. On the other, there were the sensationalist stories that sought to undermine her character. The contrast was stark, and the public was left to navigate these murky waters, trying to discern the truth amidst the noise. As the days went by, the support for Jennifer grew louder, with more people coming forward to share their positive experiences and vouch for her character. The narrative was no longer just about the accusations, it was about a community rallying around one of their own, determined to stand by her side through thick and thin. In the end, it was a testament to the power of loyalty and the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Behind the carefully curated facade of red carpet smiles and chart-topping hits, a different story was unfolding. Sources close to Lopez revealed a woman grappling with the emotional fallout of the arrest. The weight of the situation, coupled with the relentless scrutiny of the public eye, had taken a toll. Reports surfaced of severe anxiety, even whispers of PTSD, stemming from her tumultuous past with Diddy. While Lopez herself remained silent, choosing to retreat from the public eye, her closest confidants painted a picture of a woman struggling to reconcile the past with the present. The trauma of her past relationship, once relegated to the shadows, was now thrust into the harsh glare of the spotlight. This wasn't just a legal battle, it was a deeply personal struggle playing out on a very public stage. Section 7. A life upended, navigating heartbreak and legal battles. As if the specter of Diddy's arrest wasn't enough, Jennifer Lopez found herself navigating a series of personal upheavals. Her recent divorce from Ben Affleck, a relationship that had rekindled the world's fascination with Jennifer, had left its own scars. The tabloids, never ones to shy away from heartbreak, had a field day dissecting the details. From the $5 million engagement ring, Lopez refused to return to the whispered reasons behind the split. Adding to the maelstrom was the bizarre turn of events involving her first husband, Ojani Noah. An arrest warrant had been issued for Noah after he failed to appear in court regarding a lawsuit filed by Lopez back in 2009. The lawsuit, centered around home video footage, was a stark reminder of the often messy and intrusive nature of fame, where personal matters become public fodder. Section 8. Justice on the horizon, the weight of the upcoming trial. As May 5th, the date of Diddy's trial, loomed large, a palpable tension gripped the air. The world waited with bated breath, eager for answers, hungry for resolution. Would this trial shed light on the extent of Diddy's alleged crimes, and more importantly, would it reveal the truth about Jennifer Lopez's involvement, or lack thereof? The legal system, with its intricate web of procedures and protocols, seemed agonizingly slow in the face of such intense public scrutiny. Every court appearance, every legal maneuver, every leaked detail, only served to heighten the drama. The courtroom became a stage, the lawyers actors in a high-stakes performance, and the entire world their audience. Jennifer Lopez, whether she liked it or not, was at the center of it all, the weight of her past and the uncertainty of her future hanging heavy in the balance. Section 9. The price of fame, vulnerability, under the spotlight. Jennifer Lopez's arrest served as a stark reminder of the double-edged sword of fame. The same spotlight that had illuminated her triumphs, her talent, her unwavering drive, now threatened to consume her, exposing her vulnerabilities for the world to dissect. It was a harsh lesson in the fickle nature of public opinion, where adoration could morph into suspicion with alarming speed. Yet amidst the chaos, there was a glimmer of hope. Jennifer Lopez throughout her career had faced challenges head-on, emerging stronger and more determined each time. Her story, though far from over, served as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, even when the world is watching, even when the stakes are impossibly high, there is always the potential for growth, for redemption, for a brighter tomorrow. As the legal proceedings unfolded, one couldn't help but wonder about the long-term impact of this ordeal on Jennifer Lopez. Would she retreat further into herself, seeking solace from the relentless scrutiny of the public eye? Or would she emerge from this crucible stronger, her voice amplified by the very challenges she had overcome? One thing was certain: Jennifer Lopez, the woman who had danced her way into the hearts of millions, who had captivated audiences with her acting prowess, who had built an empire on talent, hard work, and an unwavering belief in herself, would not be defined by this chapter. Her story, though forever marked by this experience, was far from over. The world watched, waited, and hoped that she would find the strength, the resilience, and ultimately the peace she deserved.